I'm going to trace out a paper diagram for feather art. I printed these diagrams full size. The bigger the diagram, the easier it is to trace. I'm using Logic Trace 2018 and I've selected tracing polylines. The first thing I'll do is trace out the perimeter of the feather. Here I'll start tracing out some of the internal parts, the bottom of the feather and the head. Here I'm showing the edit command where I've made a mistake and I can toggle back, remove that section, and redraw it. I'll be tracing out the whole feather, including the internal parts, the head. But when I'm finished, I'll remove the head because the head is going to be done in vinyl. In fact, we're going to end up with 4 separate files after I edit out the parts I want. The feather will be cut from a birch skin, an 1/8 inch birch skin, and then I'll use vinyl to do the head, the hair, the face, and some of the parts of the feather in black and red. Here I'm tracing out the different parts of the hair. The hair is fairly complex to trace out. That's why I made a separate diagram, a large diagram. It's easier to trace a large diagram, especially when it's complex with parts on the inside. I'm getting close here to finishing up the tracing. When I'm finished, I'll save the file. I'm going to load that file into Aspire 10.5 and check the vectors. I'd also like to run the simulator to see how it looks. Now I'm going to load that saved file into the CO2 laser software and cut the feather completely out, including all the parts. Didn't take very long to cut the feather out. The feather's about 39.5 inches long and under 12 inches wide. Here shown is the finished cut, and I'll be applying a clear finish. Here I'm back into Vectric Aspire 10.5 and I've separated the head and some of the parts of the feather so we can start the vinyl cut. Here the separate files are loaded into the vinyl cutter. We're going to start doing the black cuts first. I always mention the test cut. We do a test cut to make sure the vinyl peels off the backing paper. That's what that small little white triangle on the right hand corner is. You can see that small triangle better here on the red cut. Here I've weeded the bottom of the feather, and here I've applied the pre-mask. Shown here I'm applying it to the bottom of the feather. Shown here is more parts being done. I applied all the black parts and then I applied the red. I think the feather art looks good. It's something that I'm going to hang on my wall.